Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 day challenge. This is day 368, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance remained the same. Actually, have been stopped up for both Bitcoin and also Ethereum itself. So do bear in mind that I'll update the balances after this video, so you only see the balance being reflected tomorrow. So if you're wondering why there's no change, it's not because I've not been closed out in terms of my long setup, but rather to say I've just yet to update it for the day itself, so you have yet to see the update in prices or my balance itself. All right, so in terms of the daily market structure update itself, it remains the same, sort of the same as yesterday in terms of the US market. So it still remains technically pretty bearish in terms of S&P 500, neutral in terms of Nasdaq. But overall, if you look directly in terms of the market structure itself, I would say it's rather neutral. Potentially, we could have some sort of retracement and pullback, but overall, in terms of mid-term wise, say perhaps the next 3 weeks, 1 month ahead, I still lean towards bullish momentum or perhaps some sort of consolidation in place. On the other hand, for ASHR, there could be a potential very nice bounce in the coming days. On the other hand, KWEB definitely further bad news seems to be impacting it, and we are potentially going to retest and break below a very key horizontal, so-called a slope kind of a support. So let's see, why is it loading a little bit longer? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. So basically, if you look in terms of KWEB wise, I did mention that the reason why I draw this slope trend line is simply because if you look in terms of the weekly chart I mentioned, this was a very nice support across the years since 2015 itself. So if we do break over there decisively, that will definitely not be a very good sign. But if we do find support and bounce out strongly from there, it'll definitely be a very great sign. And I'll be very keen to add, even if it's higher what it is right now. So this is both in terms of understanding why it's a potential bottom. And you can see this very huge spike is definitely not normal, and it's definitely due to panic in the market, inducing this kind of excess kind of a sell-off pattern, in my opinion. So personally, I've also been very tempted to sell off, but if you think logically wise, it really doesn't make any sense for the Chinese government to kill the entire capital market in this sense just as well. Okay, all right, and yeah. So, all right, so looking in terms of the Bitcoin itself, let's switch back to the daily chart. All right, so on the daily chart itself, what you do see is the reason why I draw this Fibonacci retracement is to see how healthy this retracement is, because we've been running very up for the past, I think, 10 days on this consecutive green. So this candle pair in mind is not Hikunashi candle, so they are not supposed to be so-called green and then transit to red. But it seems that right now we are transiting some sort of a movement that was green for the past 10 days, and then now we have been red for the past 3 days, and potentially another red day for today, which is the 4th day itself. So if we do find support at this level itself is still 0.382, I will still see the trend is still relatively strong. And even if we do retrace any further to the 0.5 region itself, it will still be considered a good, healthy pullback kind of range, as long as we do not break below the 0.618 decisively and stay below it. I will still lean towards the further upside momentum itself. So if we do consolidate around this region, among these 0.382 to the top of this resistance at 42K itself, it'll be a very good sign simply because we are consolidating above the 200 exponential moving average itself. All right, so on the 4-hour chart, I have been stopped out of this trade I mentioned. So I have stopped out in terms of a systematic trade approach. So I'll update this after this. So I remove this trade. So right now, even if there's a bounce, I do expect more of a weak bounce itself, because this looks more like a first wave of a retracement. We do have a pull-up, pullback, and then another retracement into here. Then we find support here, that'll be a very good sign. And this would be a very nice ABC kind of corrective wave itself. And if that happens, then I'll be looking for potential long setup. Otherwise, for now, I'll be staying out of the market in terms of price action. I don't see any clear entry for both short and long setup in terms of 4-hour chart. But of course, there are definitely opportunities depending on your trading methodology, strategies, and also the time frame that you trade. So with that said, I've come to the end of today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.